Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today's Thursday, September 11th, 2025. Today we will do baseball, WNBA, soccer, college football, Thursday night football, golf. We'll close with best bet, but we have to begin with news and notes. Something very sad and tragic took place yesterday. Obviously, the assassination of Charlie Kirk, who was a political activist and author and media personality, co-founder of the conservative organization Turning Point USA. He co-founded it in 2012 and was its executive director. Father of two young children and a husband. Just tragic. 31 years old. Would have been 32 in October. But he had a bright future in politics, in my opinion. I think that he could have been something. And it's just tragic that this happened. I'm at a loss of words. My thoughts and prayers go out to his wife Erica and his two young children and the rest of his family and those who loved him. There was just a lot of hate on social media yesterday and today. In my opinion, that's just wrong, the hate. And it's more than an opinion, actually. It's facts. And it's just a shame that this happened. Like I said, I'm at a loss of words. The FBI released images of the person of interest in the fatal shooting. The FBI released photos of person of interest and has offered a $100,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. So the authorities stated they tracked the shooter's movements and believe they have recovered the rifle used to shoot Kirk from a roof. Sources say phrases related to cultural issues were found scrawled on a rifle and ammunition, but it's not yet clear if they point to a motive. It was a man and it appears to be of college age. So Kirk had an impact on Trump's presidency. He got credited with getting the younger crowd to vote. And Trump said he will award Kirk a Presidential Medal of Freedom. This is just sickening. And like I said, Charlie Kirk had a bright future ahead of him in politics. I feel that both parties need more youth. And Charlie Kirk, I think, was going to be a part of that. And there's videos of his children going onto the set of TV, going around social media. And there's zero room for political violence. That's what I posted on my social media pages yesterday. And I don't care which party you support, but that's factual. And there's just too much hate. And this man was killed because of a difference of opinion. And it's sickening. And you know there's going to be more to come out of this, especially about the shooter. And it does make sense that it's somebody of college age, because he was speaking at a college full of kids. And like I said, it's sad. And I do think there's a possibility he was shot because of a difference of opinion. And I think it's a strong possibility. I'm still very numb and sick over this. And like I said, regardless of which party you support, this gentleman was a young husband and loving father as well. Okay, I'm going to move on to the rest of the news and notes. It's been a rough 24 hours. So Brian Snitker is expected to step down as the Braves manager. People close to the Braves believe he will leave after the season. World Series champion, and a couple of underachieving seasons. I don't think the Braves would fire him, but I'm curious to why he would step down. Is there a job that he thinks is going to be open next year? I mean, would the Yankee job be open next year? I mean, dare I say the Dodger job? Because you never know. The Mets, which job is going to be open next year that he's going to jump to? Anthony Rizzo is retiring, as he will join the Cubs as an ambassador after being honored Saturday at Wrigley Field. So he's going to retire a Cub. That's where he's had the most success in his career. That's where he won a World Series. Aaron Boone backs the bullpen despite the 9-inning run on Tuesday. Or 9-run inning. And then they go ahead and give up 11 again on Wednesday. So much for that. Pulisic calms Poke drama, as he says there's not as much drama as you think at camp. The NBA is to debut a stat rule change, as the end of a quarter heaves will not counted as missed field goal for a player. That's interesting. I think they should do it from behind half court, because it's still conceivable to make it from half court. And on the flip side, that can swing in a result of a game. So I'm not a fan of the rule. Unless I would say if it's more than half court. But at the same time, this cost teams games in the past. Kirill Kaprizov rejected an 8-year, $128 million extension. It would have made him the highest paid NHL player. I can't believe he turned that down. This guy thinks he's Connor McDavid. He's not. Should have just taken the fucking money, dude. And now there's going to be drama within the Minnesota Wild. Travis Hunter to play more defense against the Bengals, as Liam Cohen says that Hunter's cornerback snaps will likely uptick in Week 2 against the Bengals. Malik Neighbors owns poor game, as he discusses feeling watching his own film from Week 1. The NFL is investigating Tyreek Hill amid allegations of domestic violence made by his estranged wife. Wow. I think that's a interesting story. Amon-Ra St. Brown warns Ben Johnson as he says former OC won't get a warm welcome in return on Sunday. He said, "I don't give a fuck. We're all booing him." Whoa. I think that's rude, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I really think that's rude. You're a top receiver in the league and you're all fucking cocky. Watch, you're going to lose on Sunday. That's just rude and disrespectful. And I think he's just sick and tired of all the Ben Johnson talk. Like, oh, your offense is worse because he left. And now Amon-Ra's trying to say, we just had a bad game in week 1. And we lost, maybe he's thinking like we lost a couple guys on the offensive line, yada yada. But we'll see. But I think that's bad karma. And Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's not like that. That's a little disrespectful. I think that's a little cocky. Teams are eyeing a Tyreek trade, and the Dolphins are rejecting calls. I mean, you should be taking the calls. You fucking suck, and you should blow it up and rebuild. The Cowboys met with Jadeveon Clowney, and they are probably not going to sign him after Wednesday's visit. Bama wide receiver Ryan Williams expected to play against Wisconsin, so that's good. 4 arrested in the FSU shooting that happened in August that hospitalized linebacker Ethan Pritchard. The Miami Heat keep eyeing Kevin Durant as they're holding him in high regard should he make it 2026 free agency. The Lakers' Andrew Wiggins stuff keeps coming out as the Lakers see him as a desirable if the price is right. The NBA is investigating Malik Beasley as they are looking into gambling allegations against Malik amid federal probe. Changes to the NBA Cup coming. Semifinals will be played at the team's arenas for the 26-27 season. Finals remaining at neutral site. I would love it if the neutral site for the finals would be at Madison Square Garden. That's the most special arena in sports and in entertainment. I understand Vegas, it's the hype, yada yada. But I think it'd be fun if they had it at the Garden. Maybe I'm just a biased Knicks fan, but that's just my opinion. Aroldis Chapman's hitless streak ends as he retired 50 straight batters since July 23rd before Shea Langoliers' double. That's crazy. He never did that with the Yankees. He only would do that on Boston, not with my team. Paul Skeens okay with early exit as he probably needed to manage workload despite 5 scoreless innings on Wednesday. Oh, wow. Missouri quarterback / right-handed pitcher Sam Horn, who's a prospect for the Dodgers, underwent surgery on a broken leg. That sucks. Anthony Davis questionable for the opener as he's recovering from off-season eye surgery. There's a coaches challenge rule change in the NBA as the Board of Governors approves update to speed up process. There was an NFL Week 1 viewership record as opening slate of games averaged 22.3 million viewers per game. A new update with Kawhi Leonard as he allegedly received $1.75 million from Aspiration after Clippers vice chairman invested in company. That's according to Pablo Torre. 6 men's college basketball teams in gambling probe as 13 former players allegedly violated NCAA sports betting rules. And then 3 former players at Fresno and San Jose State permanently ineligible after a gambling probe. Some NFL injury stuff. Brock Purdy out 2 to 5 weeks. Turf toe. Not great for the Niners. They don't have George Kittle coming up either. The Falcons expect Drake London to play against the Vikings on Sunday Night Football. Xavier Worthy not considering surgery as he's just rehabbing from shoulder injury for now. It was a long shot for Purdy, but it became official this morning. DaRon Bland could miss a couple of weeks as he suffered a right foot injury at Monday's practice. Blake Cashman and Ty Chandler out at least 4 games for the Vikings. And Chris Godwin to practice today. Hopefully he will be back for week 5. So there you have it for the news and notes. Now we will move on with MLB. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today's games. All right. So baseball yesterday. Rangers over the Brewers 6-3, A's over the Red Sox 5-4, D-backs over the Giants 5-3, Angels over the Twins 4-3, O's over the Pirates 2-1 and 10 on a walk-off single by Dylan Beavers. Tigers over the Yanks 11-1. Royals over the Guardians 4-3. Marlins over the Nats 8-3. Phils over the Mets 11-3. Astros over the Blue Jays 3-2. Cubs over the Braves 3-2. White Sox over the Rays 6-5. Reds over the Padres 2-1. Mariners over the Cardinals 4-2 and 13 on a walk-off home run by Leo Rivas. And the Dodgers over the Rockies 9-0. So best bet easily won 2-1. Wow, that was a good one. All right, 2 games going on right now. Bottom of the 6th, Pirates O's 2-2. Middle of the 2nd, White Sox over the Rays 2-0. All right, 3 o'clock coming up. Astros Jays. It's a big one. Christian Javier, Kevin Gausman. Toronto did not take advantage of the Yankees yesterday, or Boston for that matter. They both lost. Toronto failed to take advantage. But then again, their magic number, the clinch, went down. Jays minus 166, Astros plus 140, over under 8.5, overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Stros plus 1.5, minus 152, Jays minus 1.5, plus 126. This is a hard one, but I'm going to go with the over. 6:30, Nats Marlins. Mackenzie Gore, Ryan Weathers. Marlins minus 118, Nats even money, over under 8, overs minus 108, unders minus 112. Nats minus 1.5, plus 155, Marlins plus 1.5, minus 188. I like the Nats at even money. Seven o'clock, Tigers Yankees. Tyler Holton and Cam Schlittler. Yanks minus 166, Tigers plus 140, over under 8.5, overs minus 108, unders minus 112. Tigers plus 1.5, minus 152, Yanks minus 1.5, plus 126. The Yankees can't get swept here. They can't. These last 2 games have been embarrassing. They made everybody forget that they went 4-2 against those other teams. Now it's 4-4 in this stretch. Not ideal. I'm going to go with the over because the Tigers have been scoring a lot of runs. But I think the Yankees' offense is due to have a kick-ass game. So we're going to go with the over. 7:15 on Fox. Royals Guardians. Stephen Kolek and Gavin Williams. Guardians minus 136. Royals plus 116. Over under 7.5. Overs minus 120. Unders minus 102. Royals plus 1.5, minus 184. Guardians minus 1.5, plus 152. I like the under at minus 102. Mets Phillies. David Peterson and Jesus Luzardo. Phillies minus 130, Mets plus 110, over under 8.5, overs minus 8, unders minus 112. Mets plus 1.5, minus 188, Phillies minus 1.5, plus 155. I'm going to go with a team that needs it more, and that's the Mets plus 110. $9:30 MLB Network, Angels Mariners, Jose Soriano and Bryce Miller. Mariners minus 152, Angels plus 128, over under 7.5, overs minus 122, unders even money. Angels plus 1.5 minus 160, Mariners minus 1.5 plus 132. I'm going to go with an adjusted over 8.5 plus 112. And then Rockies Padres, you got trying to pull up the pictures. McClade Brown and Randy Vasquez. Padres minus 225, Rockies plus 210, over under 8.5, overs minus 118, unders minus 104, Rocks plus 1.5 plus 105, Padres minus 1.5 minus 126. That's an automatic over. Okay, now we'll move on to the WNBA. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to tonight, which is a big window. Last night of the regular season. And then tomorrow's show we'll do round 1 picks. Dream over the Sun, 88-72. All right, tonight, 8 o'clock, you have on NBA TV the Valkyries and the Lynx. The Lynx are giving 7 totals, 152. I'm going to take the Valkyries getting the 7. Liberty Sky. The Liberty giving 14 total, 157.5. I'm taking the over. And last in the 8 o'clock window, Mercury Wings. The Mercury giving 5.5 total, 166.5. Looks like Paige isn't playing in the last game, so I'm going to lay the points. And then 10 o'clock on NBA TV, Aces Sparks. The Aces are giving 10.5 totals, 170.5. I'm going to take the under. That's a high total. Okay, now move on to soccer. We will go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today a little bit. All right, so yesterday, the Spanish Copa de la Reina. AEM over Baylor's 2-0. Alaves over Biscayne 5-0. Sporting del Huva over Cordoba 4-1. Real Oviedo over Viajes and Tiras 6-0. Valencia over Elche 2-0. Racing over Partizan 4-0. Real Alaves and Sporting Gijon 2-2 or 0-0 draw. Gijon advances 4th round penalties. Malaga over Real Betis 2-0 in additional extra time. Sport Extremada over CP Sacreno 1-0. Osasuna over Huesca 3-0. Olimpia Las Rosas over Getafe 5-3. Real Valencia over Pozuelo 1-0. Villarreal over Fundación Albacete 4-1. CE Europa over Cornella 6-0. CD Mermergin over Juan Grande 3-0. And then USL New Mexico over Detroit City 4-0. All right, today at noon in the Spanish Copa del Reina, Orientación Martima and Guanaguada Apolinario. So tomorrow resumes regular soccer in all the leagues. So we'll get into more of soccer on tomorrow's show. Okay, now move on to college football. We have one game tonight. It's in the ACC. It is between NC State and Wake Forest. That will be I'm just pulling it up. 7:30 ESPN. My line is NC State by 4.5, total 44.5. And FanDuel has it at 7.5 and 52.5. I like the under. That's high of a total. 27-23 gets it done. 27-24 gets it done. But I think that's high. I'm taking under 52.5 at minus 105. Okay, now we'll move on to Thursday Night Football. Good game tonight between Washington and Green Bay from Lambeau. So no Sam Cosmi. Questionable is Tress Way, the punter. And on Green Bay side, Zach Tom, Aaron Banks, and Micah Parsons, players of note. My line is Packers by 8, total 41.75. And it is 3.5 and 48.5. Oh, man. I like the under in this game, too, all of a sudden. I'm going to give it out, even though I gave out 3.5 already. But now it's going to go down to 3. If it goes down to 3, I might splash a little bit more on Green Bay, but didn't realize the total was that high, so it might continue to jump. So I'm going to go under 48.5 as my pick at minus 105. I think that is an extremely high total for this game. Okay, now I'm going to do my Thursday NFL bet. I forgot to, bring it up in the open. So my Thursday NFL bet, I'm going to take that under, just so I have a little bit of action on the game tonight. So, and plus I kind of want to save some stuff for Fab 5. And I see some lines going up and down and whatnot. And there's a lot of lines I liked earlier in the week that went down. I'm like, damn it. So, my Thursday bet. So, I'm going to have 2 bets on this game. Green Bay and the under. So, I'm trying to put the bet in for the under. There we go. So, under 48.5, minus 105. So that's my Thursday NFL bet. And then that's another rule. You could make a bet in the same game if one's a side and the other's a total. And you can double down on the same for Fab 5. And you cannot make the same pick in the weekly bets, but you could do it in Fab 5. Like, for instance, if I'm allowed to take the over in the Jet game in Fab 5 because even though I did it in the weekly. So yeah, I went over the rules. on the show yesterday. So, yeah. Now we'll move on to golf. We will go over the leaderboard right now for the Pro Court Championship. Your leader right now with 8 under is Mackenzie Hughes. Second with 7 under, Matt McLean. Third with 5 under, Lonto Griffin. Tied for fourth with 4 under, Jonathan Bird, Matt Kuchar, C. Thiglia, Austin Eckroat, Anders Albertson, David Skins, and Jackson Koiven. Tied for 11th with 3 under, Grayson Higo, Emiliano Grillo, Chad Ramey, Ashke Bahita, Adam Hadwin, Davis Thompson. Tied for 17th with 2 under, Sam Ryder, Joel Dahman, Matt McNeely, Peter Malnati, Harry Springer, Matt Neesmith, Jason Hadley, and Kevin Velo. Tied for 25th with 1 under, Mark Hubbard, Max Homa, Jason Duffner, Byung-Ganon, Ben Martin, Martine Laird, Joseph Brimlett, Thomas Rosenmuller, David Ford, Trevor Cohn, and Justin Hastings. Tied for 36th at even, Charles Kim, Joe Highsmith, Victor Perez, Jeremy Paul, Corey Pereira, Will Chandler, and Miles Russell. Notables the rest of the way. Tied for 43rd with 1 over, Patton Kazir, Hayden Buckley, Carson Young, Trey Mullinax. Tied for 50th with 2 over, Scott Piercy, Vincent Willey, Ryan Palmer, Sammy Valimaki, Adam Putnam. Tied for 59th with 3 over, Chesra V, Adam Smalley, Henrik Norlander, Nate Hardy. Tied for 65th with 4 over, Nate Watney, Davis Lipsky, Camilo Vegas, Tyler Johnson. Tied for 70th with 5 over, Bryce Garnett, Will Gordon. And then, I guess eliminated, Austin Cook, Matt Jorson, Rio Hisatune, Kevin Stroman, James Hahn, Chandler Phillips, Bayo Hostler, JJ Spawn, Nicholas Echevarria, Scotty Scheffler, Colin Morikawa, Seamus Power, Austin Schenk, Webb Simpson, Harry English. Or wait a minute, these guys just didn't go off yet. Okay, that makes more sense. They're not eliminated. I guess they just didn't go yet. I was just going to say, there's no way Scotty Scheffler got eliminated. Okay, and then my best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. Like I did news and notes was early on in the show because I want to talk about Charlie Kirk. So my best bet, there was a couple that stood out to me. And I'm actually going to go to college football, and I'm going to take that under 52.5 NC State Wake. I just think that is a high number for a total in an ACC game. So I'm going to go under 2.5 at minus 105 for my best bet of the day. So there you have it for the show, and I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything. Go ahead, everything tomorrow. And then obviously we'll have best bet and the Fab 5 tomorrow as well. So no Friday NFL bet, we just do the Fab 5. So hope you guys have a great day, everybody.